Hey guys, how you doing? All right, let us start. Let's see what he plays. Oh, the advanced variation. Okay. What in the world? All right. Okay. So what do you play? Played there. Okay. So I'm gonna play F6, and then see if I can't get some attack going. Bugs. Ah. So. I gotta do another one. That was my fault there. I got distracted. Can't let myself get distracted like that. I took without thinking. I can't do that. Okay. Let's implement our London system. Come on. I'm on. Let's go there. Come on, come on, come on. 1 second. This is gonna start. I'm gonna do another one. That's not good. And play it better. Come on. I'm not worried about this pawn. I could take it anytime I want. One more, and it will be right as rain. Come on, boys. Come on. Hey, how you doing? We got him. We got a piece, boys. I actually think we got the queen on this one. That's good. I'll do one more to top the tank. And then we'll get on to our thing. Good to hear. Actually, let me see here. Let's go back over that. You're saying, see back here, I'll show you the reason he can't flee here. I'll show you. Is if he did flee, he would get he'd lose his queen and lose the whole house. That was the idea. One more and then we'll true. Yeah, exactly. I'll try this guy. Why not? Let's give it. Let's go for the big one. Play there. Boom, baby. Okay, we'll go over a game now between Fabiano. This is game 2 in the Rapid Blitz Championship. Okay. Hold on, let me get this all good. Alright, perfect. Okay, Levon went e4. Fabi went c6, d4. I know you use. Yeah, I did. I note that you do not use king pawn or rely on your knight. Yeah, I did. But it's called the London system. That's what I play. There's many different types of openings inside the London system. It's a way to handle a lot of openings so that you can spend more time in like the end game, middle game, and you don't have to worry about getting trounced or basically pulverized early in the opening, because you might walk into somebody's pet line, as Maurice and Yazzer would say, and you don't want that to happen. Huh. Bishop D3. Knight d6, and it's if you notice that Fabi has oops, he's got an advantage here. See right there, that's what he wants to play. Okay, so stop, get out of that. There we go. Knight f6, and then bishop to f4. Levon's getting his two bishops to their active spots, and then bishop to g4 for Fabi, which allows for Levon to go over to b3 and attack the pawn. So the queen comes up. Knight d2, pawn a6 to let the bishop out, and also to support the front so that castling potentially could arise. Knight g f3, bishop to b6, bishop takes bishop. If he wanted to, he could play a line that's very similar to kind of the London setup, that if Levon took, he would have this here, the h-file open for an attack. He could play that. Fabi went for more of the positional Vladimir Kramnik setup moves, taking. I'm saying Levon did. Sorry, not Fabi. And so queen to b7, takes b7. Rook b8. Levon. It's actually, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is this the poison pawn variation? The poison pawn variation might have been interesting. And then knight takes g. think he did he? Oh yeah, there. H. That was an error. I'm trying to see if maybe knight to, then if king takes, then you could bring your bishop, your queen in. I'm trying to see if that's not, and if that's played, then potentially you could double up your rooks and you have the bishop. So what did the computer want? Oh, so it did like our move. Let's see, what did it like for the other one? Oh, rook F, okay. And so it wanted this instead of the other one we did. Okay, so the bishop then would have to retreat. We'll have to retreat out then, something like this. And then the rook can come slamming down. Queen would have to bring the rook over here. And then check. The king can't move, so it's kind of in a pickle here. It's almost over. Maybe attack here. I was in check, so he's gonna have to move. And then bang. 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 Well, I guess what would be the best move here? Let me see. Oh, queen e3, so we were on the right track. King to h1. Okay. Okay. He retreats back. Wow. I think that was a little too... I might play here. I'm thinking this is best. And if he plays there, you just grab the bishop. I think Fabi overreached a little bit. I think he got a little too nervous. This is good that they're saying so. Castles. E4. I don't know why he didn't play that move. That's still, well, I guess now it's bad. So I grab the pawn. Check. Check. Bam, there's mate. Grab the pawn. I don't know, I'm kind of liking this move here. Oh, okay, I see why. Three. Just check. Takes. And then he resigned here because there's no real way to stop mate. No good way, at least. I think that was a great game. Now we're going to go over our London system here. Alright, let's do it to it. So, knight F, F6, C4, G, knight C3, G, bishop G7, D4, castles, and then bishop F, which is an interesting move. It goes along with the London, but this is kind of an odd setup. Usually you'd play these two first. D6 is played, but there's also a line that could be played for black. D5, rook C1, and that wins because it leads to a hybrid Grunfeld setup for the London system. And then C5, D5 leads to a kind of strange London Banco setup. So, but that's why just D6 was played, because he kind of wanted to stay in the London versus the King's Indian. This kind of is an odd King's Indian setup. E. E6. So this right here, there's E6. We're also going to, in a later game coming up, there's E5 that we're going to be checking out. There's knight to H5, which is actually, I think knight H5 is the one we're doing next tomorrow. Then there's E5 and there's B6 for white. These moves, but he played E6 for this one here. H3, E8, and at this point, still need to work in. Somehow this right here is this is an interesting move, and also B6. These two moves could have been played, but he chose to just what was that? Oh, okay, gotcha. H. Alright, instead of this move, E5 and B6 could have been played. That's what he's saying. Then your castles, and at this point, A6 is played. It's kind of the main line. You got to do this. If you try E5, it loses to this suite. Pawn takes, knight takes, exclam, knight takes, queen takes, rook takes, and then bishop takes, and at the end of the line you're up a whole pawn. So you're doing tubular, as they would say. Rook C1, queen E7, and then B5, B4, which is a dubious move. So you don't need to do that. You need to be more. He says you could do that to provoke, but C5, wham, is what you're wanting. E takes D, D takes E, C takes D, and queen takes. And at this point, your black doesn't have any compensation for his weak D6 pawn. So right here, this is his weak D6. There's no compensation for it. So that's C5. If he does D takes C, which is a blunder, c takes d, knight d5, d8, e6 takes, and then we at this point it'd be a good time for black to kind of resign, because he's got no counterplay and he's going to lose a piece. There's also a line that if you didn't want to bring your knight in, it's a little more messy. G4 also picks up a piece in that line too, but it's a tiny bit more messy than I would like to play. Sometimes you gotta be straightforward with it. But he played b4, dubious, bishop, b6, c5, exclam, b7, and then rook to e1. Now this is, if he takes here, we then have this. Woo! See you later, alligator. So he can't do that. They're saying rather than takes, he should have actually played e4 to try to lock the center down, and then when the pawn took knight d and then d5. Now black's got a bind in the center, and this would give black some chances. It was better to keep things under control on the queen side. That's what it said. If black could have done this, it would have kept things under control on the queen side because the center would be locked. But sad to say, never was to be. B takes c, b takes c, e4, d takes, c takes d, c takes d, and knight d, and d5. But at this point, now there's gaping holes. And so b3, and then rook to a7 is actually the best move. There's a couple lines that if you played bishop c, you got to be careful that your pieces don't hang. Remember, pieces are on pre here. You can play knight ce, and if he takes there, wham, you pick up a piece. So there's also a sweet little line. If knight there, first of all, you again take, he takes, and then if queen c, c7, you're forking the queen and the bishop because the rook's protecting by the bishop. So I thought that was pretty cute. So that holds everything. Rook to a7 holds everything together. One sec, where am I at here? Hold on a little bit longer. There we go. Okay, alright, I'm on 19. Perfect. I'm in my notes now. Rook c7, c3. Then this is a dubious move. This move was not the best. Better was actually queen to e6. This was best. This would have given him a better chance. The other moves dubious. So you're attacking the queen. Just retreat back. Then a5, again a dubious move. A5. He should have admitted that his last move was a mistake. Black should have, or they call it a lemon, and return to rook to a7. Just return back. You know what? Say my move's a lemon or a bad move, and you know what? Just admit it. Move back. Protect the pawn. Don't walk into a problem. a5. Knight b3. b4, and then white played a slight inaccurate move. Better would have been knight b c5, c5, c takes, knight b, and then now you're attacking the rook to c6, and then a3, and the queen is trapped. There's nowhere for the queen to run. She's ran out of spaces. But if rook goes to a1, then rook b1, and the queen's trapped again, as in the game you'll see coming up pretty soon. But he played that instead. Sad, he could have had the queen. Drat. Knight takes, knight takes. So instead of taking, black should have actually played a4 to kick the knight out. C takes, c1. Rook to b6. Knight takes c5. C takes d5. C takes c5. Rook takes. Bishop f8. Rook c and then rook ec. And now everything's under control here. Everything's been stabilized, as they would say. And by the way, if you're thinking that black could touch this this pawn, this knight, think again. Wham! And now the queen, you're going to lose heavy material here, because you're going to have to move the queen, and then when you do, wham! You actually win. If the queen moves here, you can just take the rook with the knight, and you're winning material. Okay, so that's why that was a dubious move. C takes d. Actually, at this point, if b6 is to be played, so move 24. Rook to bishop c1 wins on the spot. There's no way to escape. It doesn't matter. He's going to have to move. The rook's trapped, so it's going to fall one way or another. So takes, knight takes, rook a7, and then b, and the queen's trapped now. And black decided to cash in his cards and go home for the night. Okay, on the summary, back to we're summarizing up. Boom. Okay, where are we now? Where? Cause my little dog on. Where? Oh, right here. Okay. He says here, need to play b4 to force c. You don't. White doesn't even need to play b4 to force c5. So this, he says, you don't have to play this to force c5. He says that you can just yourself before this, rather than go, you can just go c5, and you're good to go. c5 and you're good. So just keep that in mind. c5 is a more superior move, but b4 too, even though it's dubious, does provoke a weakness. Okay. We'll do one more game, and then we'll get on to our puzzles. I'm gonna probably log a little earlier tonight. We'll do a 15-minute one. Why not? Let's give this guy a shot. Oops. Not good there. That's okay. We'll make it work. I was going to bring it here, but for some reason it dropped there. Oh, that's okay. I'm still good. Yeah. Sorry, right in the middle of the move thing. Gotta be careful that he doesn't hang everything. We got him. We got him, boys. We got him. His knight's trapped. He's gonna have to walk on right here, and when he does, we bring the rook over to e8, and we got him. Do we want to play, though? He might walk his king here. So how do we want to play this? Do we want to check with knight checks? Do we want to check with c and win the rook? Well, we'd trade the rook. He'd be up a whole pawn in that line. We don't want to do that. Yeah, this is the only way to equalize out our stuff. It's right there. We got, man, now we're all equal. We're all equal. Yes, we are. We're gonna win some material. We're a piece up. He has 3 pawns, but that is fine. We got 4 pieces, and I'm happy to have 2 knights. That's when I'm happy. I'm so happy. I think we're winning here if I'm not mistaken. Boom. Boom. I gotta say it one more time. Kaboom. Then I check again. It comes up. And then I take. It comes over. And I come up with that. Oh, I move my king over. Nice. That's actually better. And it comes there. And now we do a discovery. And we're so far up in material. It's all over. We'll do a couple puzzles. Then I got a log. I'll do it like maybe three or so. Okay, let's see, what do we got here? Sorry about doing that. Sometimes I go into a think, and I need to tell you guys that. Sometimes I go and do I call it the deep think. Wow, this is a pretty big predicament we're in. Let's see, how do we handle this? If we go king to f2, he's got rook g2. And if we come up, then he's got queen to... I'll show you what I'm talking about. If we come here, he plays here. We come up, and then he's got mate there. So we're checkmated in that line. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. We might have to sack our queen. Huh. We're so close to checkmating the opponent. Let's see, if we did play queen to g3, rook takes g3, pawn takes g3, queen check, king up, queen over check, king up, queen check, king up, grabs the pawn check, down, check. Boy, what do you guys think? Because I'm kind of like, I'm stumped here. This is like very odd, interesting. We could come, if we play here, he takes there, we take there, and check. We could actually bring our king up to h2, and then put the question to the queen, what are you going to do? And if the queen comes back to protect the bishop, we then can start our checking sequence. let's see if we play up here. Oops, up here, here, down. He's got checkmate there. So here, here, over, he's got a discovery. And then we move and thinking we're gonna have to sack our queen. Oh snap, I missed that totally. You're kidding me, I could have just, that was my fault. Can't believe I didn't even see that. That sucks. That's horrible. I want to actually see the continuation of that line. Anyways, we're gonna do it right. We're gonna do it right. Okay. I'll do like 2 more. Let's make sure they count. See, if we're looking at the drawback to this move here, it no longer protects the bishop, the knight. So potentially bishop to g4 is an idea that we can play. One second. Excuse me. Okie dokie. Is there any castling? Let me see. Has he castled? Trying to think. If we play bishop to g4, so bishop g4, bishop g2, knight d4, queen, e3, 3, and if he does that, so queen e3 can't be played. So queen d1, knight, and then knight takes f3, check, and we pick the queen up. So there, that's right, here, there, and then wham, we pick the queen up. Boom. Alrighty then. Let's see, what do we got here? I'd love to play queen to h6, but the only problem is he could actually play queen takes e, f6. If we take back, the bishop takes us, so that the whole house would start collapsing at that point. Let's just take a look to see what we got here. Trying to see if we can't play rook takes, rook takes. We don't have anything. Boy, this is a sitch and a half, isn't it? Very sitch and a half. What do you guys think the position is? Boy, this is like, if Economy and Fox were here, they'd know what to do. If Economy and Fox were here, they can help me with this. And then we can solve it. Boy. I'm thinking about taking. But if we take, king takes, pawn push. Want to tell me bishop takes? Bishop takes. Bishop takes g6. Hey. So bishop takes g6. H takes g6. I don't know what to do from there. Hey, Fox. What? Queen to h6? What do you think of this, Fox? Queen h6? The only problem with that, though, is he's got bishop queen takes on the pawn. Bishop e2, e5, knight b3, bishop e3, bishop e6, castles. Okay. So pushing to F5. I was wondering when that was gonna come. Trying to get the bishops off the board. 1 second. Excuse me, I gotta drink a while. The knight's coming in, so there. Thanks. Excuse me. Wow, she moved the same move twice. Well, the position's very locked. Because, boy, that'd be fun to play, because, oops, you can't play that, my bad. Not sure, what would you play after that? There. Oh, okay. One sec, I'll be right back. This must have been something that was coming in the window that was irritating me, so... Boom. Okay, what do you think the equation is now? Do you guys have any ideas? We'll do this one, then one other one, and then I got a log. So we gotta make it snappy. What do you guys think? What do you guys think it's gonna be? Queen h6, okay. Queen takes there. Rook takes. Okay. So queen to h6. Queen takes f6, rook takes d6, right? Next, queen takes d6. We can actually interpose with, if we go up here, and then they go there, we can interpose with our bishop to g2. Oh, queen. Oh, I gotcha. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay. Ah, that was right in your face. Right in your face. I overthought it. We'll do one more. I think there's like some smoke or something going on because I'm kind of smoke. It's very irritates me a little bit sometimes. So yeah, we gotta keep you know, California, Oregon, and Washington and your guys' thoughts and prayers. There's like tons and tons of fires going throughout that area, and it's causing a lot of smoke to travel to different places. So, and we gotta also have you guys keep your thoughts and prayers of the firefighters that are there too, because it's a dangerous job. It's not an easy job, especially with the mass amount of fires that are going on right now. Let's end on an up, guys. Come on, we got this. Come on. Let's see, what do we have here? Okay, so he took, right? Okay. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Let's see here. Let's take a scope on this. Oops. So here. Takes, rook takes, rook, rook takes rook, and then pawn takes, oops, pawn takes, I don't know. thinking about attacking our somehow. One second. There's like some smoke, so I'm gonna probably have to, after this, call it because it's like really irritating my lungs a little bit. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. Perfect. One sec. We'll do one more puzzle, and I'll be right back. You guys take a look at this. Alrighty. Alrighty then, let's see what we got. So I think we could just take, yeah. Yeah, after we take there, king takes. Excuse me. King takes. Then if queen takes, takes. What's that? Yeah, we're kind of in a pinch here. We're in a pinch for sure. Because if we take there, he's got to take there. If we take here, he takes. We take, and then rook takes, and he's safe. So. So we take which one is it? King h2 maybe. If king h2, let's say check here. We can come up and grab that. Grab the pawn. So here, there, here, and then wham. And then we basically win the house. The entire house falls apart. So I'm thinking you're right. I think king. I think it has to be king to h2. King h2 has to be the move, because when we go king to h2, then this is covered here. That's covered. And so if we go here, if he plays queen to f4 check, we just take the pawn, and we're still okay, I believe. No, then he can actually take our knight. No, we still can win. We would win the rook at that point. We still can win the rook at that point. Yeah, yeah, I think we're okay. I think this is okay either way. I think that's okay. But no, see, if we come up here, let's say he comes over here. Oops, come on, work with me, work with me. Okay, here. What's going on? Here, there, right? We first check. When the king comes up, we grab the knight. I mean the rook. So we're up a whole rook. And now we have the ability to intercept. For intercepting the queen with the help of the king, we can flee, and then basically we've won a rook. Even if we take, I think it's that and then takes. What do you think? I think it's king h2, queen f4 check, king takes, h3, queen takes, e4, queen c3 to c4 check, king h7, queen takes f8. Boom. Because if he checks here, we take. He comes and grabs this. We come up, check, he comes up, we grab that. And then if he tries checking, we can actually get our king. Well, we gotta be careful here. If he plays there, we could actually block. And then we just run with our king. And we should be fine. Okay. Do you guys have any questions on anything? Hey. You guys have any questions before I log off? Well, I really can't. I gotta log. Oh, so okay. King H. Okay, you want to see what happens? Queen F. Oh, knight G. Okay. Queen takes. Queen takes. King H. 7. And then we come back and grab the pawn. Yeah, I think we're still okay, but I think he still has some play. I'm not sure if it's best. I think we're fine. What does it say to play? Okay, there. So it wants us to play here. Okay, so we intercept with our knight at that point. And then it takes, queen takes, queen up. Okay. And then we can actually bring our queen into the fight. Yeah. I like that move because you want to defend. Then you get your king involved, king up, king over. King up. Now we're going after that, so he'd have to push. And then let's see if we can't barricade our pawn there. So there, and then I like bringing our pawn. I like that. And if he plays there, we just blockade the pawns there. He comes, he takes. And we can actually take at this point. If he takes, he's too far away from getting to the pawn, so we win. Isn't that an interesting end game, guys? So are you guys all good on the ideas? You guys have any more ideas? Do you have any ideas, Fox, that you want to go over? I'll give you guys a sec or two, like a minute to see if you guys have any ideas you want to go over. Give you till 12:52. Actually 12:53 because it turned 12:52. Do you have anything, guys? Anything else to say? Yeah, any other moves you want to look at? Look at Peter likes this move here, so. Okay, I'll take that as a no, and so I will bid you guys adieu. Thank you guys for all logging on. Thank you for the raid. We're getting better. We got to go over a 5e game. We learned a lot from our games, and we gotta just keep pushing forward and moving forward, onward and upward. You know, you can't let things get you down. And you know what? Mistakes happen. You gotta learn from them and keep moving forward. That's the whole thing. Don't let it get you down. And remember what Bruce Lee said: knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. We have to do the impossible. On the chessboard, it looks like that move can't be played. We can. Like the person that hung up their coat, hung up their hat, sat down, did the thing that couldn't be done. No, that people say it couldn't be done. That person did, and we're that person. So keep that in mind. Also, pray for all and keep people, the firefighters in your thoughts, and all the earthquakes and stuff going on around the world. Just keep them in your thoughts, guys. And you know what? I'll leave you with that. And remember, Blitz tomorrow. It's the Blitz round. There's 3 days of it. I think they may have a rest day tomorrow. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't checked. But they're gonna do instead of it being 25 minutes, it's 5 minutes. Okay. So if you guys are interested, St. Louis. Okay. Well, guys, I'll leave you with that. As Wesley So says, for the Lord Jesus, as I say, God bless, and I'll see you guys next time on Chess Cruncher TV. Have a blessed morning, afternoon, and evening, and I'll be back on Lord willing tomorrow. We'll go over some more. I'll go over another London system versus the King's Indian, and we'll do some puzzles, some games, and if you guys got a game, we'll do that. We'll also go over another Fabi game, and we'll start learning and improving. Great job, guys. We're kicking it up to the next notch. Hurrah. I'll see you guys. Be blessed, and we'll get together tomorrow, Lord willing. Okay, guys? Bye-bye.